Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. and I make videos all about the journey of starting a candle business. In today's video, I am going to be doing two things. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is actually breaking down my business expenses for 2022. And I'm also going to be sharing with you where my candle business sales came from. So I'm going to break down how much I actually made in local sales, wholesale, and my online sales. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So in my previous video where I talked about how much I earned in 2022, those were all revenue numbers. So none of that was profit. So what I'm going to be doing now is actually breaking down the expenses category. Now, something that I want to reiterate to you is just because I am here on YouTube sharing all these numbers, it doesn't mean that I am like making tons and tons of money in my candle business. I just try to share this process with you and let you know that sometimes it does take a few years to actually become profitable in your candle business. And if it wasn't for my other streams of income, I actually would not be profitable with my candle business. And I will go through that because I did have $69,000 worth of business expenses versus just under $37,000 in business sales. So overall in the year, I'm technically not profitable yet in my candle business, but I'm really hoping to get there in the next few years. But I do understand that there are a lot of costs that go into running and keeping up a business. And it's pretty normal for businesses to not be profitable for a little while when they are just getting started. And just to remind you, I just finished year 2 in business. All right, so let's break it down. And I realize that because this part of it is actually much quicker to talk about, I'm going to talk about this first. So this is going to be breaking down where my candle sales actually came from. And I did do a percentage of each of them. So my total candle business sales for the year of 2022 was $36,828.45. So $7,342 of that came from local sales. So this was both the sales that I made digitally when people would pay card. I also take Venmo and cash payments. So this is all of that combined. And this is just going to local markets and, setting up the pop-up booths and all of that. And that accounted for 20% of my total revenue. The next category is my wholesale income. So I combined wholesale and private label. So wholesale is essentially just I take my items, my products off the shelves, and I sell it at wholesale cost, which is around 50% of my retail price. And private label is where I work with a business and I come up with a label design. They put their brand name on it. So I do have one private label customer that I am working with. And throughout the year of 2022, I earned $4,263.02 on my wholesale and private label orders, and that accounted for 12% of my total revenue. And then the rest of my sales was, of course, my online sales, and that was $25,223.43, which accounted for 68% of my total income. Now, I did want to specify that everything that I share on here, these are not official numbers or anything like that. This is pre-doing taxes. This is just what I have based on my QuickBooks software. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. I saw that Wade had mentioned that in his video that I watched, and I'm like, man, that's a good idea. I should definitely mention that. All right, so now let's talk about business expenses, which of course there's a lot. And I did want to reiterate that some of these business expenses are not all for my candle business because I have my business where I have ericamariemorris.com and I have my online courses. I do have expenses separate for that, but I'm just going to go over that anyways, just in case you're curious, because they just kind of combined into that overall business expense for the year. So for advertising and marketing, this goes into any kind of marketing materials, business cards. I printed out these realtor marketing materials of advertising to realtors. I think some of my Canva subscription monthly services got into this category as well. And that was $900 around. I'm just going to round to for this video and not take it down to the penny. So about $900 spent in advertising and marketing. And I did want to mention that I actually haven't done any actual marketing, like paid for Facebook ads, Instagram ads, anything like that before in my business, but that is something that I am currently, like literally actually currently working on. I had somebody create a video for me, UGC content creator that I'm working with, so that is something that I am experimenting in 2023. Now the next category is my candle cost of goods. So this was $12,600 for the year of 2022. So luckily I didn't spend any more on my cost of goods for 2022 than what I earned, which is a very positive thing. But this of course just goes into everything that it costs to make the items. So jars, wicks, wax, fragrance oil, you know, all of that stuff. So $12,600 for the year of 2022. My next category is my candle tools / supplies. So when I do all of this on QuickBooks and I kind of organize it and categorize it, some of these are automatic. So like advertising and marketing, that's kind of a category that QuickBooks came up with. I decided to separate my regular office supplies and my candle tools and supplies because I just like to personally see how much I'm spending on that. And that just has to do with like my pouring pitchers, my little fragrance oil cups, my digiboils, my scales, all of that kind of stuff that goes into it. So for my candle supplies for 2022 was about $980 for the year. The next business expense category is filming / photo equipment. So this kind of is my candle business and YouTube at the same time. So any kind of batteries, mic, equipment, camera lenses, but also my photography boards, my photography lights, all that kind of stuff will go into this category. So this equated to $1,338 for the year of 2022. And the next category is insurance. Now, I believe that this category was just my business insurance for the year, which was $420. There's nothing else in this category. So I think that was just my business insurance for the year. The next category is for my other website, so ericamarieMorris.com. I use a hosting platform called Kajabi to kind of host that website for me. So instead of Shopify, it's Kajabi. And that equated to $1,800 for the cost of building that website and just other things that I had to put into that. And then I also had a separate category on here for online course expenses, which was $193. I don't know why those were two different categories, so I'm going to add that together. So about a little over $2,000 that I spent and kind of invested into building this other website. The next expense is meals and entertainment. I only have $16 on there. And the reason behind that is because it was the very last local event of the year. And I realized that any kind of meals that we need to purchase while we're out working and we're out advertising the business can be a business expense. So I think I got a pizza that day from like the local pizza shop in the shopping center that we were at. And I just put it on there as meals and entertainment. So I'm gonna double check with my CPA on that, but I'm pretty sure that I'm able to write off meals if it has to do with a business related event. The next category is my office supplies. So this is mainly shipping supplies. So my packing peanuts, my shipping tape, my labels for my Dymo printer. There's probably a lot more like the tables, the racks, all that kind of stuff. I think even that table right there, I think I included in just regular supplies. So this was around $4,700 for the year of 2022. I did purchase a lot of organizing stuff for this year, just trying to keep all of this organized. And then the next expense category is my PayPal fees. So anytime that somebody makes a purchase on my website and they use PayPal to pay for it, PayPal would take its own processing or transaction fee, which was $490 for the year. And then because I am an S corporation, so I incorporated my business at the beginning of 2021, and I actually am on payroll. So I have to run payroll on myself every single month. I pay both employment taxes and payroll taxes, so as an employee and an employer. And so I paid myself around $17,000 for the year. And that's just, again, because of the way that I incorporated, the way that my structure is for my business entity. And so, yeah, I got to run payroll myself every month. The next business category is for my shipping labels. So this is pirate ship. This is every time that I purchase a shipping label to be able to ship out items to customers. And this was $6,850 for the year of 2022 on just shipping labels alone. The next category is I specify just my Shopify payment, so how much I give Shopify throughout the year and every month. So this was about $642 for the year. This is your just regular $29 a month or $30 a month, whatever it is, and then plus different apps and all that kind of stuff that all equates together. That was about $640 for the year, which is not bad considering I made $25,000 on their platform. So that's not bad at all. The next category, I just have this separate on here, and that's just my Shopify payment. So this is just the monthly payment that I owe Shopify every month, and that equated to about $640 for the year of 2022. Now, I realize that what I don't have on here is specifically my PayPal fees, or sorry, my Shopify fees. And the reason behind that is because that actually just gets taken out of my total balance that I have on there. So I probably should go on there and see how much I paid Shopify in fees, but I actually don't have it listed on here. And then the next category is my software and subscriptions. So this is my subscriptions to anything that I am paying for my business monthly. I would say that actually the biggest cost that I have is for my QuickBooks account. So QuickBooks, every month I pay for that. Canva's probably on here as well. I also have my email marketing platform, which is Klaviyo, whatever you pronounce it as. So that was about $1,370 for the year. Next category is for taxes and licenses. So for taxes for the year, I believe this is mainly just paying for taxes that I owed for the year of 2021. I paid it in 2022. And I also do pay estimated taxes throughout the year. So this was about $6,100 for the year of 2022 that I paid in taxes to the government and or to California. And then the last business expense that I wanted to share has to do with my vendor booth fees as well as my vendor supplies. So I didn't add these two together. They're in their own separate categories. But we have $1,975 for the fees. And then for the supplies is just under $2,500. So give or take just about $4,000 for those expenses. Now, I did invest about $1,500 into my new shelves that we take and set up at our vendor events. So I did try to invest a lot more into our local markets for 2022, which is just going to benefit us way more in 2023 because those expenses are not going to apply. So that's really, I think, how it works in business is you're spending all this money on all of these items, and then sooner or later you just start to build up all of these supplies, and then you're able to really utilize it so you have less expenses, hopefully, as the years go on, because it definitely does add up over time and just kind of, you know, if you're looking at it like this, in terms of I only technically made in my business, you know, just under $37,000, but I have $69,000 in business expenses, it just kind of seems like that ratio is, you know, not that great. But again, I am looking to definitely get the spending a little bit less. And I do think I spent $1,000 less this in 2022 than I did in 2021. I think I remember making a video that was talking about spending $70,000 in business expenses, and I only spent $69,000 in 2022. So I guess that's a win. So total net profit for the year of 2021, if I'm looking at all of my income, so this is my affiliate commissions, this is my digital products, this is my candle business and YouTube income, which was about $112,876, subtracted from all of my business expenses was about $44,000 total in profit. And that is just my net income from what I earned, subtracted from what I spent. Again, these are not official numbers. This is just what I have on here. So it's not processed yet in the system or anything. So that is what I wanted to share in today's video. And again, I hope that I didn't make it seem like in that video that that was all profit. I really just tried to make sure that I put gross sales, revenue, whatever I put up there. And I understand, you know, I had a couple comments. I understand that not everybody is going to have, you know, affiliate commissions and digital products and YouTube and all that stuff. But the way that I look at that is those are instead of me having a full-time job. So when you are running your candle business and you're looking at your income, you can add your job plus your candle business and add it together, and that's your total income. Subtract your business expenses from there. That's kind of how I look at like that total number, but being able to dissect all the little different categories and really seeing if you are actually profitable in your candle business or not, which I can tell just by looking at these numbers that overall within the year I'm not profitable, but I still ended up being profitable overall in terms of not being in the negative at the end of the year and still being at a net income of $44,000 with my total income from everything. So, whoop, just dropped that paper. All right, I really hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to leave this video a big thumbs up as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Memory Box Candle Co. And I will see you in my next video.